I'm Arnav Goel, and before I tell you what my talk's about, I want to ask something. When was the last time you saw a screen like this one? If it was just a few hours or even mere minutes ago, this, my friends, is the new normal. Now, I need a favor from everyone here. I need everyone to think of that one project, the project that's been in the back of your head for weeks. Got it? Good. Keep it in your mind, we're coming back to it. So, more than a year ago, it was around 3 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. So, I was scrolling around YouTube while I stumbled upon some video that talked about a report called AI 2027. This report by Daniel Cocotillo talks about AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, a futuristic version of AI that doesn't just answer when you prompt it, but plans, learns, and completes complex work with less and less human guidance. This report shook me to my core. It wasn't framed like a movie trailer or a potential outcome, but instead a timeline, calm, structured, almost ordinary. Now, does this mean that Terminator or Ultron will be a reality? Probably not, at least not anytime soon, I hope. But what scared me wasn't AGI itself, it was much simpler. The idea that by the time I graduate, 2027, the world I was preparing for will already be so much different. When I told some of my friends about this, one of them laughed and said, if AI is going to take all of our jobs, let's just go to the mountains and start selling Maggie. We laughed, but it wasn't really a joke. It was just easier to say it out loud than what we actually meant. How many of us have thought something similar even once? What's the point of all this preparation if the thing we're preparing for keeps changing? And that, my friends, is not a lazy question. It's actually a serious one. And I do not think we're getting genuine answers to it. So, this talk is my attempt at one. Think about what AI can already help you do: write code, research, design, learn almost anything. The possibilities feel limitless. And this too it can do at a quality and speed that just a few years ago would have seemed genuinely impossible. Just 3 years ago, that level of output would have set you apart from all the competition in the world. But today, it's the very baseline. AI isn't just replacing tasks, it's raising the minimum standard. The floor is rising, and if you're standing still, you're falling behind. Think about what school trained us to do: memorize, recall, analyze, and form a perspective, or follow the right format. For most of history, intelligence was scarce, so knowing things was valuable. But then some great minds came along and built something that knows virtually everything and gives it to you for practically free. Intelligence got commodified. The thing school spent 12 years training you to do, AI can now do in 12 seconds. That is the entire foundation of how we were told to become valuable, expiring quietly. But maybe that was never the real skill. Maybe the real skill was always knowing what to ask, what to trust, and what to do with the answer once you had it. And that's why I believe AI won't replace you, but it will replace the average version of you. Now, when I say average, I do not mean people. I mean habits. Choosing shortcuts over understanding, doing just enough, and waiting to be told what to do. For a long time, that felt safe. But in the artificial intelligence age, it may be the riskiest place to stand. According to Stanford's 2026 AI Index report, generative AI was adopted faster than the personal computer or the internet. And according to a Pew Research study conducted this year, more than half of American teenagers have already used chatbots for schoolwork. So, humanity created one of the most powerful tools in all of history, and one of the first things we did was give it our homework. AI is like a mirror. It does not just answer you, It reflects how you approach it. Ask it to think for you, write for you, decide for you, or finish everything for you. And it will. You will feel productive. You will move faster. You will submit the work and move on. A few months ago, a similar thing happened to me. I sat down to start an essay, and before I had even finished rereading the prompt, I had already opened the chat window. Not because I was stuck, but because I had forgotten what being stuck felt like. That is the dependency. It does not feel like weakness while it's happening. It feels like speed. But after I realized my dependency, I took a step back and asked it something different. Something like, don't just give me the answer. Show me what I'm not seeing. And the tool changed. It became a sparring partner, a mentor, a critic, something that made my essay better, faster. In one of my own side projects, a self-watering planter, AI had become like my unpaid intern. Well, besides the $20 a month subscription, of course. But unlike a real intern, this one I could not just hand off my work, but my thinking as well. And that was the problem. I kept adding more and more features because AI made everything feel possible. The whole thing was way too over-engineered for a simple plant. But once I finally realized that, I used AI to critique the idea instead of build it for me. It forced me to ask which features were actually necessary and which ones were just noise. That one question changed how I built the entire thing. It made me think more like a builder and less like someone excited by just possibilities. So today, the real divide isn't AI users versus non-users. It's people who use AI to strengthen their judgment versus people who use it to outsource it. The danger isn't that students use AI, it's that they use it to stop thinking and never notice. But this is where the story starts to become a lot more hopeful. Because the same technology that makes average output cheap also gives ambitious people enormous leverage. A teenager today can do what used to require a small team. A 16-year-old can build an app in a weekend that would have required funding just 10 years ago. Personally, AI hasn't just helped me work faster. It's helped me attempt work I might not have started otherwise. That's part of why I started ThinkSmith's Catalyst, a student-led social initiative using low-cost, hands-on innovation to make building and problem-solving feel accessible to students who might never have seen themselves as innovators. AI made me realize how much easier it had actually become to try instead of just thinking about trying. Because in an artificial intelligence world, the people who grow the fastest will not necessarily be the smartest people in the room. They will be the people willing to try, adapt, fail, rebuild, and keep learning things faster than the world changes around them. So the tool does not create the advantage, the direction does. So, no, do not go to the mountains and start selling Maggie. Stay in the game, just play it differently. That project you thought of at the start, AI is either going to help you build it or replace the version of you that was going to. So when you go back home to that one project, I want you to remember one word. Big. B-I-G. Bring your own thinking. Do not let AI have the first thought. Start with your own idea, even if it's messy, even if it's incomplete. Then interrogate what it gives you. Question it, challenge it, ask what it missed. AI should sharpen your judgment, not replace it. Identify the right tool. The skill is not knowing one AI platform. It's knowing which tool fits the problem in front of you. And finally, go bigger. Do not use AI to just do something faster. Use it to attempt something you might never have done before. Think about that 16-year-old building an app this weekend. They may not even know how to code, but they brought an idea they cared about, found the right tools, and used them to build beyond their current expertise. That is the difference between using AI as a shortcut and using it as leverage. So remember, bring your own thinking, Identify the right tool and go bigger. Think big. So, finally, guys, yes, you will be replaced. But whether it's by AI or by the version of you that learned to think big is still your decision. So, good night, night owls. Go build something big. Thank you.